Today we will discuss about excretion in human beings, excretory system in human beings. So in earlier classes we are already discussed that blood is the fluid connective tissue. So blood transports the gaseous products like oxygen and carbon dioxide, also as well as molecules, glucose and other amino acids and other salts in the blood. But in the transport system and respiration, we already learned that how carbon dioxide is removed from the blood. So even the carbon dioxide is removed, so other nitrogenous wastes are also present in the blood. It is also very essential to remove these nitrogenous wastes, urea, from the blood. So from which process or which organ involved in removal of this nitrogenous wastes and urea? So in human beings, urea is the major excretory product. That's why human beings are belongs to ureotelic animals. On the basis of excretory materials, human beings belongs to the ureotelic organisms. So this process involving the removing of nitrogenous or waste materials from the body is called as excretion. This excretion process is not similar in all organisms. If we come across many unicellular organisms, the very simple organisms, the waste materials are just removed by the simple method of diffusion from body to the environment. But whereas we come across to multicellular organisms, complex organisms like human beings, there are specific organs involved or perform these excretory functions. So those organs are called as excretory organs, and though all these excretory organs together to form an excretory system. So this is the human being excretory system. This system involves the pair of kidneys. These kidneys are located in the abdominal cavity on either side of the backbone. So each kidney is a bean shaped. It is reddish brown in color. It measures approximately 10 cm in length. And also the system consists of pair of ureters, a urinary bladder and a urethra. The formed urine from the kidney will move to the ureter and then stored in urinary bladder and to the urethra. So this is the mechanism. So then how this urine is formed in the body and which organs will filtrate the blood and forms the urine. So the kidney consists of a basic functional units are called as nephrons, or nephrons are called as the structural and functional unit of the kidney. So this is the structure of nephron. This structure of nephron involves the structures like Bowman's capsule. It is a coiled tube, and inside the Bowman's capsule there are numerous blood vessels are present. Those are called as glomerulus, and this Bowman's capsule extended as a coiled structure that is called as tubular part of the nephron. This tubular part of the nephron are divided into three parts. The first one, highly coiled tubular part, that is called as proximal convoluted tubule. So next, the less coiled tubule, that is called as DCT, nothing but distal convoluted tubule. Both these proximal convoluted and distal convoluted tubules are connected to a U-shaped structure that is called as the Enel's loop, and this Enel's loop is the longest part of the nephron. And collecting ducts are also present, but these are not part of the nephron, and different nephrons connected to a collecting duct. So how this nephron filtrates the blood and performs the urine will studied in three steps. The first step is the glomerular filtration, and the second step is selective reabsorption, and third step is the tubular secretion. First step is glomerular filtration, second step is selective reabsorption, and the third step is the tubular secretion. So first, if the blood enter into the glomerular, Bowman's capsule, it contains glomerulus. This glomerulus filtrates the blood like amino acids, sugar, glucose and water and urea present in the blood, and these filtrates enter into the proximal convoluted tubule. So this is the non-selective reabsorption. It is called as non-selective because glomerulus filtrates both essential and non-essential contents in the blood. So that's why it is called as non-selective. Next, the filtrates enter into the PCT. This PCT reabsorbs from the filtrate for essential substances. So like what are amino acids? Amino acids, and that's why it is called as selective reabsorption. After the selective reabsorption takes place, the filtrate will enter into the NL slope. Next to the NL slope, the filtrate will enter into the distal convoluted tubule. This distal convoluted tubule adds or secretes some salts to the filtrate, then it is called as urine. Next, the urine found will connect it to the collecting duct. So many nephrons connected to this collecting duct. The collecting duct collects the urine and the collected urine goes to the ureter. Through the ureter it enters into the urinary bladder. It is a muscular in structure. It is connected to the nervous system. So when it is urged to the urination will be go. So this is about the excretory system in human beings, how the nephrons or kidneys filters the blood and forms the urine. So in examination they ask the questions like draw a neat label diagram of human excretory system and explain the formation of urine, or draw a neat label diagram of structure of nephron and explain the formation of urine. The questions are arises like this. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, thank you.